Well, we've certainly kicked it up in the informal department. Welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, you're here now. You can't leave. Sorry. Subscribe. I thought today we would just sit down with this Golden Globe winner over here and have a little chat. I opted to not wear a bra to this little sesh. I opted to not clean up anything back here. You know, this is the day's makeup, no lip color, still fat, you know, all the things. And I didn't script any jokes or anything I really wanted to talk about. I just kind of wanted to blab for a little bit. Do I have something to say? We'll find out. As you can see, my eye is better because it's been like a week since I've posted anything. I do say I post whenever the hell I feel like it. I find it hard to get my thoughts together. Today I thought I'd just like stream of consciousness, like what's going on in this community kind of thing. My skin is just straight up terrible lately. So let's talk about some stuff. Cutwater Lime Tequila Margarita. Not a sponsor. And nor do I really want it to be. It's just okay. So, feel free to subscribe. I haven't given you any reason to, but I might in the next couple minutes. Still probably not, though. The first thing I want to talk to you about today was the fact that Amanda Ensing's Twitter seems to have been disabled or suspended, whatever. And that's hilarious. Like, I hate to gloat, but like I'm gonna fucking gloat about it, sorry. And you can be mad about that if you want, that's totally fine. According to Amanda, she says that the email she received was because it was about some sort of copyright infringement in the past. And her response to that, of course, was I'm being censored. But also, that she hadn't been using Twitter for a while, so she had already gone back and deleted a bunch of tweets. And my question is, that doesn't make any sense. Also, that's not a question, it's a statement. But still, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, if you're not using Twitter, you're just not using Twitter. What are you deleting? I haven't used my live journal since like 2007, but I never went back to delete those, although I probably should have, now that I think about it. Maybe she's got the right idea. I don't know. Either way, there's just a little bit less misinformation on Twitter today, and that's okay by me. Our most favorite problematic queen, Gabbie Hanna, Rachel, her name is Rachel, had a three tweet thread about tone indicators. Rachel had also brought it to my attention after my last video about the podcast with Trisha and Gabbie Hanna, and this is completely cold tea by now, but I did say that I would include it in my next video, and I'm not a liar, okay? That Trisha at that time had still had tweets up about having, what's the one, it was like, whenever they're together, they never get selfies together, and this and that and the other thing, sort of proving that they'd had some sort of pre-existing relationship, despite what Trisha said during the podcast. And to be completely honest with you, I don't know how I feel about that whole situation, because on one hand, like, yes, they're people, but also on the other hand, like, they're like essentially marketers. Like, all like big influencers are, it's why they're called influencers. They're basically marketers. So I feel like even if they had met in passing, or even if they actually had never met, or even if they had met, I think that tweet would have come out either way. But it is interesting that those things do exist on the same plane as everything else. I don't think it's proof one way or the other that anything either transpired or didn't transpire or whatever. Like I said, the whole gaslighting portion, if you haven't seen my last video, it's about the podcast that they did together. The whole gaslighting thing for me was a wash, because it's like we're never gonna have the actual truth of how every like itemized thing went down. So I'm not really interested in further exploring it, but I did say that I would mention that that was a thing, and that was a thing. Anyway, Rachel, same person. She had a 3-tweet thread about tone indicators and how they are helpful to neurodivergent people to sort of indicate the tone of the tweet being given if it could possibly be misconstrued. In the thread, she basically lists, you know, here are a lot of examples of tone indicators. Under that, Gabbie writes, "Y'all be doing way too fucking much, LMAO." And Rachel says, "Sis, where's your tone indicator?" And Gabbie's tweet is, "My tone is y'all doing way too fucking much." And instantly, people jumped all over Gabbie for this, which I understand 100%. It definitely came off very insensitive to something that someone was trying to put forward about tone indicators and how they're helpful. Here's the thing. Gabbie basically wrote this whole situation off in that she was referring to a conversation she was already having with her fans over on her Discord or Patreon or whatever. She thought it was still referring to that. It was still referring to her needing a tone indicator. For me, from this standpoint, I honestly do believe that that's the case. From a standpoint of like, this is a conversation they were having, and because Gabbie does tend to make, and I don't mean to be an asshole when I say this, but Gabbie does tend to make everything about herself. So I do genuinely believe that she thought that was about her and the conversation that they were having about her. And like, I didn't jump on that like hate train, because that's not, it's, did it look bad? Yes. Is it not the best look? Yeah. Did it look insensitive and shitty? Yeah. My takeaway from it was that it was a misunderstanding, and I will take Gabbie Hanna at her word that that wasn't her intention. However, the way she responded to it is where I have a problem. And I hate always having a problem with Gabbie Hanna, okay? I just want to like her again, okay? This is what Gabbie has to say. "Sorry to any of my, not I'm sorry, first of all, sorry. Sorry to any of my neurodivergent fans who were hurt by that. I hope you know that's never my intention. Doesn't matter. Today is the first day I heard the term tone indicators. Me too, okay? I thought my fans were fucking with me for being sensitive. Ironically, this could have been avoided with a tone indicator. Yeah, that's funny, but also, like, you're supposed to be apologizing. Like, for real. Smiley face, I love you." This one's the kicker. "This is a great example for the need to spread awareness and information about neurodivergency. I learned what tone indicators were today, and so I'm guessing it's so did a lot of other people who saw the trend. Keep the combo going." Because Gabbie was trending at that point for being for missing the point. I do feel like she's sorry, but she still doesn't know how to apologize, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like she knows that she made a mistake. I just don't feel like she understands. I don't know. I just feel like all of her apologies are like Eugenia Cooney, where it's like, I'm sorry you feel that way. You know, what she's saying is like, I'm sorry I said that, not I'm sorry that what I said hurt you. I feel like every apology for her is never just I'm sorry I fucked up. It's always like, yeah, we could all learn from, let me teach you. Here's the thing I just learned. Now I'm gonna teach you about it. Like, it's fine that you wanna like share that message, but like don't, I feel like the way she does it, it's like, I'm gonna take this torch now and now I'm going to champion every neurodivergent person because I know this thing. Like, just say you're sorry, be genuine about it. I fucked up, it's my bad, I'll do better going forward, and I will try my best to remember to use tone indicators if I feel like my tweets could be misconstrued in some way. Like, bada bing, bada boom, dun dun dun. She just makes it way too complicated, and it's too much. My gripes about Gabbie Hanna are few and far between right now, so let's hope it stays that way. Honestly, I'm kind of bored of her, so expect a scandal to pop up at any moment. Next, and probably last, we're gonna talk about James Charles a little bit. I'm a little behind the curve because I'm lazy. No, I'm not lazy. I was having a bad week, okay? Just give me a break. I'm drinking Cutwater Lime Tequila Margarita, and it's not good. Unless they want to sponsor me, in which case it's fucking delicious, and I couldn't possibly recommend it more. Good old Jimmy Chuck done been caught trying to sex minors again.
Editing me here.
As a disclaimer, these are all my thoughts and just opinions and perceptions and whatnot. All just allegations and have not yet been proven true or false. I just have opinions on them, and these are those opinions, okay? So here's those opinions.
Bye.
And I have a lot of opinions. Actually, I have like one opinion. It's like a through line. Clearly, this is an issue. So a kid on TikTok made a TikTok, and in this TikTok,
I hate saying the word TikTok.
It's too much for me. Basically talked about how James Charles added him as a friend on Snapchat, and in doing so they started sort of DMing, and James Charles sent him lewd photos and expected some back, and according to this literal 16-year-old child, he said that he said no and that he was 16, and James tried to pursue it anyway, according to this kid. And I just gotta know, like, at what point is enough enough? This kid is allegedly going to the police, or has gone to the police at this point, and James himself did a notepad apology. We're back to notepad apologies. It's like the quarantine of 2020 is starting up all over again. Like, we're just like amping up. Dramageddon 3000, it's a coming. And this is what James Charles had to say. At least he put a trigger warning at the beginning about grooming and pedophilia. So it seems like that should be at the top of his Snapchat too. Anyway, there's a video going around about me on TikTok and Twitter of a guy calling me a groomer, and I want to address it right away. The accusation that I have groomed this person is completely false. Of course it is. Last week I came across someone on my Instagram Explore page, saw he followed me, and added him on Snapchat. Why? Put a pin in that for a hot sec. The next morning I woke up to several snaps from this person. Being excited, I added him back, saying he loved me, and also lewd photos of himself in the shower. First of all, even if that's true, you can take the pin out, because apparently we're just going to address it right now. If that is 100% factual, the way that that happened. The next morning I woke up to several snaps from this person. Being excited, I added him back, saying he loved me, and also lewd photos of himself in the shower. This person already knows who you are, already likes you, and appears to be very young. He already knows who you are. You already have power over him. That, in and of itself, even if he was of age, that is dangerous and inappropriate.
I shall continue.
I asked how old he was right away. Doubt that. He told me he was 18, so I started flirting back. Okay, stop doing that. In the excitement of meeting someone, stop it. I thought could be potentially great. I didn't ask for a copy of his ID or passport. Good. Get on a regular dating app, and then you can just date actual other adults. It's now clear, based on the video he uploaded, he was taking photos of me with another device and had an ulterior motive from the beginning. Oh, is it clear? Later in the day, he said a few things that made me question the validity of his original age answer, and when I asked him to confirm his age, once again, he admitted he was 16. If you are an adult and something someone is doing is making you question whether or not they are of age, you end that conversation immediately.
I shall continue.
I told him I was really uncomfortable, doubt it, and apologized for flirting, but he insisted on continuing talking, saying it could be our little secret. He's a fan of mine and would never tell anyone. Really? It could be our little secret is not something the person on the lower end of the power spectrum would say. That is something someone on the higher end of the power spectrum would say. I told him I wasn't okay with this. Doubt it. He started getting upset, and at this point I unfriended him. We haven't spoken since. I'm not victim blaming him or victimizing myself either. Hold on, wait. You're not victim blaming him. It's now clear, based on the video he uploaded, he was taking photos of me with another device and had an ulterior motive from the beginning. You're not victim blaming him. Then what the fuck you doing? I'm simply sharing what happened, and what happened was not okay. No doubt about that, dude. No doubt about that. After false allegations like this in the past, this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. After false allegations like this in the past, I would never knowingly engage with anyone underage and put my life on the line for a few Snapchats. I'm sorry. After false allegations like this in the past, you would never do that? Or you would never do that because it's immoral and wrong? Just asking for literally your entire fan base who are children. Because of situations like this, instead of taking someone's word for it, I will now ask to see the ID or passport of every guy I have a conversation with. Here's my issue with this. They make dating apps for a reason, okay? Dating apps exist so you can find someone. Can't get past the fact that like there's Tinder, there's OkCupid, Match.com, Christian Mingle, fucking FarmersOnly.com, Hinge, Bumble, Grindr, fucking You're Famous, use Raya. Like, why are you on Snapchat trying to fucking pick up dudes? Clearly the guy's got no issue rolling out into LA with a fucking bald cap on to do a dance for the fucking paparazzi, but you can't just like go out and meet someone of age. You gotta hit up dudes on Snapchat. A significant amount have come out being underage, allegedly. Like, what? What are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in a position where that could potentially be a thing? Why? Why risk that? Not at the risk of like, oh, I'm gonna get caught doing it. No, at the risk of like, that's fucking disgusting and you shouldn't be doing it. What I'm missing here with James Charles is that he's saying, you know, since I got caught with this in the past, or since I was set up with this in the past, or whatever the hell he's alleging his past is, I'm gonna be more careful. You shouldn't be more careful. You should be removed from fucking Snapchat. I don't know how I feel about actual like deplatforming of creators, but like, I don't think James Charles should have access to Snapchat any longer, or Instagram, or Twitter for that matter. A real kick in the ass is that one of his fans was encouraging him dropping some video, and he basically was like, oh, it's inappropriate at this time. It'll be out soon. And the audacity of a man to just be like, you know what?
It's not the right time. Maybe like in a week when this all blows over.
Like, fuck that shit. Why is this blowing over? Why is this blown over time and time and time and time again for James Charles? Because at this point, I'm not accusing James Charles of anything. These are all my opinions. And I want to be very clear about that. But like, I believe this kid. At this point, this is a pattern of behavior, regardless of whether these things actually end up being true or not. This is a pattern of behavior with James Charles. There is a power imbalance to all of these situations. Even if these guys were of age, the power imbalance alone, he's talking to these guys who already know who he is. They already love him. They already are interested. Instead of meeting someone either organically or meeting someone who doesn't already like want to kiss his ass because they know who he is. He's already putting the power dynamic into this weird shift. It's deeply concerning to me. Anyway, one of my children is crying, so I am gonna leave this here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about the James Charles thing. I'd love to hear all your thoughts. Please feel free to give this video a like if you liked it. If you didn't like this video, just give this video a like anyway. I could use all the help I can get. Subscribe if you haven't already. I put out videos whenever I feel like it. Turn on the notification bell if you want me to annoy you all the time. And I think that's about it. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.